Welcome to Project Die Hard Mission Monday Update. My name is Sue Roskoff, and I am an ambassador here with Project Die Hard. We are here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central, so we can give you all the latest and greatest updates of all the things that are happening, so you can stay in touch and in tune with what is happening with Project Die Hard. There's always a lot going on, so this is the place to find out first what's happening. And to do that, we're going to bring in our president and founder, Brian Gibson, to go ahead and share some updates with us. So, Brian, come on in. How are you tonight?
Oh, hanging in there. Thank you all for covering last week. But
It was
I
great.
had meetings.
Yep.
Okay. Look, followers, I know you like to see my ugly mug. But there are times that I have to rely on my team. I can't be here. Especially with the way things are working right now. I mean, keep up the great work, team, because you're doing it. The more you share, the more you tell somebody about us, the faster this mission grows. Okay, but for the update, let me see. Let me get my little slide deck here. Windows, this one, share this one. Okay, folks, this is the deal. Our fellowship breakfast, right? Come break bread with heroes. Veterans eat for free. You know, this is the first Wednesday of the month, 0700 to 0930. Visit our website for the locations. We're going to have Debbie in here later. She wants to start her breakfast so bad. But I cannot allow that to happen until this one we do is covered. That takes patronage, right? That monthly donation you give goes to that fellowship breakfast, goes to building facilities. It doesn't go to wallets. I cannot stress that enough. I don't take a salary. None of my leadership team gets paid. Right? Volunteers. The muscle of the mission. The more volunteers we get, the more it grows. It doesn't matter what you think you can do. Step up. Say, I want to help. We put out the needs. When you say, I got this, it's yours. Don't be afraid to ask the team for help and do your best. Here it is. Ensuring heroes get the best. Request an application. Together, everyone accomplishes more here, folks. Job descriptions are not used within Project Die Hard because you will never measure up to the job description. All paid positions start here as a volunteer. That way we know your heart is there. God qualifies the chosen. If you have been called to serve, consider us for service. Remember, Forward Operating Base Rush. This is our first facility. Okay? And only the first. Together, everyone accomplishes more. The more you support our community support members, our ministry partners, our resource partners, our mission suppliers, our facility suppliers, the more they can do. Our facilities are going to be beacons of light, right? They're going to provide hope. Remember, we share what we have. If you have an event or something you need done for veterans and we can help you, ask. Let's work together. Okay? This is our first. Our national headquarters are going in Western Kentucky. Why? Because that's why. It's just that simple. But facilities are going in every state. But we have to get the first one done before I can pull the trigger to build more. Okay, three decks today because it all boils down to that. 2025 is going to be our year. And I'm sorry, but God will never leave the mission. We will never use the suffering of veterans for profit, and there's no drugs or alcohol allowed. I don't know how much more I need to explain that, Sue. I really don't.
It's pretty simple and pretty straightforward, and it makes a lot of sense. And
If
so,
you want Project Die Hard's help, let's talk. If you measure up to the standards, then we'll help you. But as somebody said one day, I'm not here to tell you how to run your organization, because I won't. But let's work together. All right. So, speaking of an outstanding individual, I know we have somebody here that every week she bugs me about starting her breakfast. And I want to, I really, really do, but bring her in.
excellent. Debbie Hayes is here with us tonight. So glad to have you joining us all the way from Arizona. How you doing, Debbie?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
How about you, Brian?
We're still plugging along. Excuse my appearance, but I was replaced. I was working on a truck today.
Good. I have a question, and maybe I'm the only one that's a little dense or thinks there might be some people out there that wouldn't get it quite 100%. So you say that all of the money, 90% of the money is going back to the vets, but that none of the leadership team is going to take a salary. So what does happen to the other 10%?
Those nice little information packets we pass out,
Okay.
and the electric, well, I wouldn't say electric bill, but
Yeah.
just the constant back end that's behind the scenes maintenance. The important thing is that people understand no leadership takes a paycheck.
Right.
Okay. I'm not going to call out names, but there's veteran nonprofits out there that their CEOs make millions of dollars.
Not just veterans associations, lots of nonprofits.
Well, I concentrate on veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, folks, that's what's wrong with everything. I was doing some research on one of our resource partners, looking at some classes that might be good, and I stumbled across there is a course in the college curriculum of nonprofit administration.
Sounds like a great class. Very practical. But you need a
No,
whole course to learn all that. Ooh.
no. You walk out of there with business. When did nonprofits become a business?
Yep.
All the rules, all the things you have to follow.
Well, no, it's not the rules we have to follow. We have to look, everybody has rules. As a nonprofit, we have rules we have to follow. But my question is, when did helping people turn into a business?
I don't have a good
Okay,
answer.
so I have another question. Can I go ahead? But sorry.
Go ahead, Deb.
Okay, so tell me about the veterans who are staying there. When do they qualify to get do they qualify to get a paid position at some point?
Oh, of
Because
course.
there's something they're doing, and then what kind of training do you have? I know that we've talked about, because for those of you that don't know, I deal with pets, and I have a pet podcast that, so I know we've talked about the fact that you might be able to find a space for a dog training facility
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. So when do the veterans start getting paid, and what kind of help do you need for that?
Again, for a veteran to get a paycheck, they have to show us, Project Die Hard, that they're worth it. Anybody who comes to Die Hard and wanting a paycheck has to show the heart, right? We believe in a fair wage. Okay?
Mhm.
This isn't, I got it. Our facilities have to run 24 hours a day. I love all my volunteers. I need more, but I can't count on volunteers to cover 24-hour a day operations.
Right.
Okay? So that's where our hiring comes in. I mean, right now I know the director of forward operating bases, right, is going to be a veteran. That's going to be a requirement. If you're going to operate a forward operating base, you're going to be a veteran. That's just, if you're overseeing all that, you're going to be a veteran, because veterans helping veterans. What's next?
Those are my questions.
Okay.
Making sure we have you all squared away. I'm glad you were asking. That's perfect.
Well, on that, thank you, Debbie, for everything you do for this mission.
Oh, you're
Okay,
welcome.
folks, I'm going to say it one more time. Arizona is helping veterans in Illinois and Kentucky. Debbie gets it. Veterans are everywhere.
That's right.
So, come on, bring it. Speaking of that, I understand we have a Bucks County, Pennsylvania person.
We have a very special guest joining us tonight. Thomas Long is coming to us from Pennsylvania. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on in so he can join the conversation and tell us a bit more about all the things that he's doing. Welcome. So glad you could join us.
I'm going to
Thank you very much. How are we all doing today?
So I don't interrupt.
We're going to take team. Have a good night, Debbie. Thank you so much always for all the things you do.
Thank you.
God bless, Debbie. Nice meeting
Nice
you.
meeting you, Thomas.
All right. Well, yeah. So it's wonderful to be here. Reading the mission and seeing what Project Die Hard does touches my heart because, being 100% total and permanently disabled veteran for PTSD myself, this resonates and hits home. I spent 7 years bedridden from the injuries that I received and all that I went through. I was sedentary those 7 years. I gained, I got to 350 pounds. I was literally dying in my bed. If it wasn't for the grace of God and a good woman, I wouldn't be here. I'm a 2-time suicide survivor. I'm a former alcoholic. And, by going through all the things that I went through I thought was on my own, didn't know or understand that I was being carried on Jesus's shoulders. I thought those were my footsteps in the sand. But lo and behold, there's no way I could have made it through that on my own. And by the grace of God, in 2018, my wife blessed us with our son. He's now 6 years old. I missed the first 4 years of that child's life, being in that bed and being depressed. And now I'm not. Now I'm not there. I'm not down that rabbit hole anymore. There is a way that you can come back out of it if you can stay focused, find where the good Lord brings you, walk through the doors that he opens, and find something that drives you and brings you back to that camaraderie and having that focus and purpose that we had when we were in there serving, knowing that our brothers and sisters still have not left us. Just because we took off the uniform doesn't mean we're not here for each other every day. And I love the passion and the support that I reading up on Project Die Hard, and knowing what it is that you guys do is exactly what I live for and what I live to do every day. Going out there, being able to make a difference, affect my fellow brother, our fellow brothers and sisters out there in any way possible for the positive, be on the top of that wall and reach down, putting that hand down to pull up the next veteran is all I want to do. That's where my heart is. That's where my desire is. And that's where the good Lord is bringing me each and every day.
Brother, thank you for that, because people got to understand it's teamwork. It's lifting up our brothers and sisters. I've been telling everybody from day one, look, there's a application process for a veteran to become a resident. We are a hand up, not a hand out.
Roger that.
Okay. I know every 30 days a veteran's going to have to go through a review process. And look, brothers and sisters, I don't mean to be mean, but if you're not putting in the effort,
then why should you?
No, I have a waiting list.
I understand. You cannot be dedicating your efforts to someone who doesn't want to put their own efforts into themselves.
Again, brother,
I get it every day, Brian. Out here in Pennsylvania, we do not have a facility like you. I don't have the exact infrastructure that you have, but I try to do the best that I can with what I'm afforded.
Brother,
found a veteran that was homeless in a parking lot for 4 years. I found him 7 months ago. He was brought to my attention. I've kept him off the street for the past 4.5 months since we got started with him. Got his application in for his VA benefits in October. Already got him to 90%. He started receiving his pay on the 31st of January, and now we get to keep him off the street for
there
good,
you go, brother.
because now he's got his money coming in. But this is what we got to do. But I don't have the ability to do what it is that you do, so I do it one veteran at a time. And as you're able to be helped by people like me and those out there that want to help Project Die Hard, we can expand your forwarding operations to be able to be in locations like Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or somewhere inside Pennsylvania, to where we can help the magnitude of what it is that you're doing where you're doing
Again, that's the whole thing. But people got to understand, our facilities, as much as I love Philly, okay, I miss a good cheese steak. I'm not lying. I love those cheesesteaks.
Right.
I might drive the 12 hours up just to hit Pat's, okay?
Come on up. I
I
got a cot that you can crop on right behind me in the office. Nobody sleeps there. It's open all the time, brother.
there you go. But our facilities go into rural areas.
Yep.
Everybody goes, why rural areas? Well, that's the service desert.
Right. I got 3 great locations up here in Pennsylvania that we'll talk about once we get your area and your location taken care of, and then we can have the proper sponsors take care of what needs to be done to expand what it is that's going on. But you
Again,
have to start and have your base secure before you have forward operations that you cannot maintain because your base of operation is not secure. I get it, brother. This is all OPSEC, and I'm on board with it.
yeah, cool, brother. This is look, guys, we're talking the same thing. Look, when I had the 45 in my mouth, God saved my life. Looking back, God has blessed my whole life, put me in places. Trust me, when he saved me, I said, really, did it have to be that hard?
I get it, brother.
You know, and everybody goes, what do you mean that hard? No. Everybody goes, well, it was hard. Yeah, it was hard. But that's why God put me where I am now.
That's right.
I know what my brothers and sisters need. I know it.
Yep. We resonate with them each day. We resonate with what they went through. We know it's not going to disappear. I still have my night terrors. I still wake up and scare the crap out of my wife sitting next to me, sleeping. You know, my son still upsets me, and he doesn't even know why. And then I have to apologize and talk to him and tell him, Daddy, you know, sometimes certain things scare Daddy, certain noises, these things happen, buddy. I'm sorry. I apologize. It wasn't you. It was me. We go through that as well. You're not alone out there. It happens every single day, and we constantly go through it. You know, when I sat here drowning myself in tequila on my second bottle straight through at 8 o'clock in the morning, and my sister walked through the door and saved my life, I didn't know that that was the day I was going to change. I didn't know that that was the day that, you know, the Lord said, you're worth something. You know, it wasn't until, 10 years later that going through things, going through it again, then literally looking out off the top of the roof and wanting to dive straight down, didn't know that that was another time that the Lord said, take yourself down, get down, relax. Now go do this, go do that. And he drove me, he gave me, Jesus led me in the right direction, and then led me to the one that has literally helped me here on earth get through the things one by one, was my wife. And if it wasn't for her, I would have never stopped drinking. She didn't tell me to stop drinking. She woke up crying about the way that I acted the night before, trying to jump out of the car while I was drunk. And I said I would never do that again to her. And I never picked up the bottle. I'm going on 8 years sober because
Congrats,
of that.
brother. Congrats.
Thank you.
My last drink was 2015.
Roger that.
Again, folks, I'm not against alcohol.
Right. My wife drinks every night, but it's a little bit of wine. You know, it's nothing crazy. I couldn't do that. I didn't know how to control myself.
It's not that I'm against it. It's
Right.
I'm lousy at math.
Me
once
too.
Once I get past 3, forget it. It's over. My math skills go to
3 becomes 20, and I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Again, folks, I'm not against alcohol. No alcohol or drugs will be allowed at our facilities or within this mission.
Right.
I use that real simple. Scripture tells me, do not put your brother into temptation. It's right there in the book. So you may not have a drinking problem. but you may need help at our facility.
Right.
But your roommate might have a drinking problem. So why would we do that? Again, people don't understand me. I don't know why.
It sounds pretty simple to me, brother. Sounds pretty straightforward and easy. Common sense right there with that aspect. But hey, some people don't just they don't grasp that side of things. And that doesn't make them wrong, doesn't make them less right than what we
No.
are. We just meet them where they are and we help them understand why. That's all.
Again,
Nobody's turning a cheek to them. Nobody's turning anything. It's just letting them know where they're at. And it's a great thing. What I'm seeing that you guys are doing is everything that I'm trying to bring together out here in Pennsylvania. There's other organizations that I know that we can work with that are doing similar and things that you are doing that are faith-based, that are working with equine therapy, that have the space in the area and are focused on the family and the veteran together at the same time. And we even have out here in Pennsylvania the little places that have been getting those type homes to different organizations to create those sub communities and building those. And I've seen the plans and the designs, and it's a beautiful thing. So
again,
I'm so excited that I was brought to you by God today.
Yeah, brother, look, this is what people don't understand. Our places, our facilities are not the permanent home.
Right.
We don't do rehab.
Right.
We have an organization that helps us do the rehab.
That's right.
The veteran comes to us for a day, a weekend, a week, a month, all the way up to a year, and gets the help.
Mm-hmm.
The year-long resident, that's all they get is 365 days from the day they move in. At 365, they got to go.
Right.
So, yeah, I get approached all the time. Help me build my tiny village. I would love to, brother. Let's work together. I don't ask our resource partners for money. I know it's tight.
Yeah.
But if we share each other's mission,
the way it goes, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm not looking for anybody to build anything. I want to help missions that are like yours get to the area where they can do that. Have that ability to expand like you're talking about. You and Susan, since I came on here, all I've listened to is about how many people you want to help and how you want to continue to do that. And then you talked about, hey, Debbie gets it. Veterans are everywhere. Guess what? We're the 4th largest in the entire nation here in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
80,000 veterans. We have a ton of them. And we need to take care of them out here as well. But you can't do what's needed out here until we get your base of operations taken care of. So once we get that taken care of is how we can move forward somewhere else and one step at a time affect the veterans across the nation.
Yes, brother. Pennsylvania, congratulations. You moved from 6 to number 8. Right? Brother,
I don't know what list we're talking about.
The top 10 list of the highest veteran suicide rate.
Well, that is a good thing to go from 6 to 8. You want to you don't want to be number 1. You want to go down. Up in number, down in ratio. So that is a good thing.
Look, I I just call it as I see it.
I hear you, brother.
Okay. That's a top 10 list I wouldn't want to be on.
That's right. That's right. You know,
He-
there's
he-
other organizations out there that are doing similar things that you're doing. You know, one of them out here in Pennsylvania that I just got a 23-year friend since I joined the military into the program. He went out for a 5-day retreat, Project Refit. Went out there. He came back. He was a 3-time suicide
I've
committee.
heard of them.
Yes, I got him committed 3 separate times. Now I just got him on that retreat. He came back. He said he's feeling better than he's ever felt, and he has a positive outlook
Oh,
on where he wants to go.
okay.
A
Now,
positive outlook on where he wants to go. That's the first time I've heard him say it.
again, brother, great. That's just like the retreat center that's going on every facility for organizations like that
Yes.
to bring veterans,
Yes.
have a place to put them and go do things, go hunting, go fishing,
love it.
use them.
I love it. And
Susan's
this is why we're gonna be able to collaborate, because the things that I'm finding and the organizations that I'm working with around the country right now and bringing together, we can bring everything together because we don't need to reinvent it, Brian. We just need to put them in place and make them connected, because we're the hub. You and I are the hub of all of the spokes that $920 million a year gets pumped in to the VSO organizations inside this nation. And we need to make it go to the veterans rather than the pockets of the CEOs of the corporations that are out there taking advantage of the people that they claim to be taking care of.
Oh, brother, that's a whole nother.
I
That's a
know,
whole
I
nother
know.
rabbit hole. I can.
I'm not going down the full rabbit hole. I'm just stating what my mission is that I want to help
I
you
got
with.
it, brother. Look, to those people that used to be on our website, I still have the information. I still track it. My team convinced me to take it off our website, but I have no problem of putting your salary and your name on my website.
I hear you, brother.
I have no problem calling you out.
Yep. This young lady's name has ambassador for Project Die Hard next to it. My name has ambassador for Pennsylvania Wounded Warrior Inc. It's an organization in this state that has no affiliate with that other company that's out there nationally that I won't mention. We are exactly in the same line as you. We are 100% volunteer from the founder all the way down. There's not a single person that takes a dime. 4% of everything that comes in goes to pay for the tax accountant firm that keeps us a 501c3 entity. That's it. Everything else goes right out to the wounded warriors inside Pennsylvania to take care of them. It's absolutely amazing. And that's why reading and seeing what your company does, what your foundation and organization is doing, is why I'm here tonight, because of those things, because everything that you talk about and everything that Susan puts on the sites and has been talking about while she's been here aligns with exactly how my heart feels and how I feel for our fellow brothers and sisters.
Again, brother, this is what we do. Who do we got in the back, Sue?
Excellent. I'm loving what you guys are talking here. This is perfect. We do have, we actually have Debbie Bookends going on here. We had Debbie Hayes here earlier. We have Debbie Miller joining us right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring her on in so she can join this conversation. Debbie, so glad you're here. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. It's good to see everybody. And I've been enjoying the conversation, and go for it, guys. I'm just here to support and listen in and encourage you and help share your information. So that's all I'm here just to support.
Thank you. God bless. Debbie Miller has come across my feed a few times. She gets it. Okay? Look, folks, I'm a good NCO. If I ask you a question, I already know the answer. Get it straight. Okay? Susan knows that. She's like, but you already know the answer. Yeah, I know. I just want to hear it from you. Okay? If I call and ask you a question, you can pretty much assured I have the answer. So, Debbie Miller does everything she can for this mission by sharing our post, telling people about our post on LinkedIn and Facebook. I haven't seen you on Instagram yet.
Well, I haven't been on Instagram too much, but I will work at looking at for you there. So,
Yeah.
but I'll ask, are you guys, I know Thomas, I just found him on Alignable. Are you on Alignable too, Brian?
I don't know.
Oh, well, okay.
Debbie, understand. I'm just the founder and president.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner saved by grace. That's it.
yeah.
When people ask, Brian, have you done this? Yes. We have been doing this since 2018. There's nothing we haven't thought about. Okay? But if they're asking people if I've done it, no. I have a team behind me that does that.
Awesome.
Okay? That's my job, is to protect the integrity of this mission. That's my job. My job is to make sure everything flows, everything comes together. Our community support programs, our ministry partners. Dave at projectdiehard.org is the person people need to reach out to. He is the Project Die Hard chaplain. That's what he does. Resource partners. That's Sue right there. Your first person you're going to contact is Sue for resources. If you want to bring something, a class, a program, or something to our facilities, you got to talk to Sue first. Okay. Community support all around is Kurt. If you want to become a mission supplier, facility supplier, you go to Kurt. He's going to be the first one you talk to.
He's in the background. Should I go ahead and bring him in? You can see his face here too.
Yeah, look, that's cool.
There we go.
Oh, there he is. I'll let anybody in here.
Oh yeah, you don't know the half of it. Brian started this over 2 years ago with me. Yeah. He keeps going.
Again, folks, look. You want to join the team? Join the team. Volunteer at projectdiehard.org. You want to say, "Oh, I can do this." Great. As long as you fall into those rules, you'll never have to talk to me.
Oh, no.
The day you don't follow those rules, then you're going to talk to me. And if I will drive all the way to upstate New York to get an ambassador shirt back because of a photo of an adult beverage on social media wearing this logo,
Hey, if that's your mission and that's where your heart is and that's what you believe, then there's no doubt about it, brother.
Look, I'll help anybody. My team is standing by to help you help us. You saw our website, brother. You saw all those logos linked to other websites. What more do they want from me? That's my question. That's it. That's my question. What more do you want from me? All right, I'm starting to get on a soapbox. Let's move on here.
Well, I know, Kurt, you had been the one to connect Thomas into here. I'm wondering what other pieces you want to make sure we are hitting. And this has been a fun conversation already. I'm excited to see where we all go. And I don't know how much of it you heard along the way. So we may come on in. What do you have on your mind here?
Well, I mean, Thomas, we celebrate as a super connector. And, you know, we were setting him up for the show today. And he's like, within an hour, he had like 4 meetings. And he's like, I'm doing your paperwork, Kurt. I'm having 4 meetings. I mean, so this guy is doing connecting on steroids here. And, you know, so I really appreciate what you do, Thomas. And we all connected through networking. I mean, Brian and Debbie connected us through HMP, and through that, we met Alex Hitt, and Thomas, you and I enjoyed some of Alex Hitt's networking meetings, and Thomas and I keep going with Alignable, and today we're on All Stars and Stripes networking group, you know, that is a military and veteran fashion program, and so that's what it's about, getting us all connected and rallying around, you know, our veteran groups.
Yeah. I mean, and like he was talking about, all I want to do and all I want to focus on is making the connections and bringing our fellow veterans together, veteran-owned businesses, veteran service organizations, all of those kinds of things. I'm planning the Army 250th birthday up here in Philadelphia coming up in June. Well, you know, we are represented a year before the nation. You know, America 250 is in 2026. And I'm blessed to be a part of the organization that's bringing all this together, AUSA, up here in Philadelphia for 3 days. And it's a big project. It's something that I have a deep-seated passion for, that Kurt was talking about, all the meetings that I was involved in. And then, you know, as you can see on my hat, I'm a Pennsylvania Freemason, and I'm the director for the Health for Heroes program up here, putting together 2 baby showers at the same time for active duty military in the state, trying to help them take care of their babies, you know, because the military, we got kids. It happens. And up until you're an E5 or above, you qualify for welfare. That's what people don't understand about the military. E5 and below, you're collecting a paycheck, and you technically qualify financially if you were not for welfare. You can get WIC, you can get all that stuff while you're in the military because that pay is so low. And then
I'll attest to that, because as a senior non-commissioned officer, I had to sign paperwork so my soldiers could go get milk for free.
Yep. It blows people's minds when they find that out, that the soldiers that are out there taking care of us literally get paid poverty level.
Well, once again, that is a selfless service thing that we serve for the nation.
That's right.
But yeah, look, guys, that's something we've been fighting for years. Is equate our paycheck. Got it. Housing. Well, now we're leasing housing on base.
Right.
Why? You know, look, I'm glad I retired when I did.
Roger that, brother.
Because if I would have took that little star they wanted to give me, I would have been in trouble.
Amen. I hear that.
Susan, you don't understand. You 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 think I'm blunt and forward here? Uh, I would never have made it to sergeant major because I don't play politics.
Yep, I hear
If
you.
if it's not right, it's not right.
Yep.
I wish it could be a little more straightforward in a lot of areas. I work in the higher education, and oh my god, it's crazy the amount of oh my the politicking that happens within its own little community. It's like what is happening? What bigger picture, people? Bigger picture, come on.
Right.
It is really hard sometimes for people to see what's important.
Well, once again, I personally will never know what people give to this mission because that doesn't influence me. Your dollar bill cannot sway me on what my brothers and sisters need.
Mhm.
I'm sorry if that offends you, but no. Just like no leadership position within Project Diehard will ever get a salary. If you make a decision on a veteran's life, that's plans, policies, things of that nature, you cannot let you cannot serve two masters. You can't. Actually, Woodlawn Church Sunday was a very, very good sermon on that. Look, guys, I don't run Project Diehard. God does. I spend 2 hours every day with my Father in scripture and in prayer. He gave the land. He gave the plan. We just need you to help us execute our God's plan. It's just that simple.
Roger that. Roger that.
And it takes a group of us, a team, as you've said so many times, that teamwork makes the dream work. And look at this group collected here today. This is amazing. And I do want to pass the mic over to Debbie for a moment to take a moment and remind us what it is that you do and how you can, what services you provide that would be very, very useful for not just our veterans, but for everyone. But I just want to make sure you have a chance to share a little bit again what it is that you all do.
Thank you. I'm with Prepaid Legal Services, Legal Shield and ID Shield, so we can help with all kinds of daily confusing jargon that keeps coming in our mailbox, whether it's our email box or our regular mailbox. There's so many things that come that you just need somebody to help you understand it. And we all make a lot better decisions when we have somebody giving us what all of these crazy words mean or how they mean put together, because they don't necessarily mean the same thing that this grandma brain understands. And so just having somebody that actually understands those words and how they will affect us in the future is great benefit to me and my family, but also to our small businesses, whether they're a small business that wants to help anybody, but of course, small businesses that are making money to help support other people and their families. So having an affordable way to have those questions answered is really the whole bottom line of Legal Shield. And we also now have identity protection. And with all the craziness that's out there, I just heard about a great a terrible data breach today. So, there are all kinds of people looking for your information. Some of them, sadly, are people that we are actually connected with that are they're looking for ways to steal your information. But a lot of times, it's just somebody else from someplace else that we hopefully never know.
Right.
But our information is often out there. I mean, basically, all of her information is out there anyway. So, no matter how careful we are, somebody with way too much time on their hands evidently can find things. And a lot of times it's just taking a little bit from Sue and a little bit from Kurt and a little bit from Thomas and a little bit from Brian and maybe from me and throwing it together. And voila, they've got a new something going on that's going to mess up all of our lives. And so, being able to affordably take care of that, have somebody that actually knows what they're doing, take care of it for us, watch out for it, is a great relief and super helpful. No matter whether you're a grandma or not, whether you're a veteran or not, whether you're current active duty, or whether you're just a person here in your neighborhood, we all need to be protected and have somebody there to help us. So that's why
Absolutely.
what I do, and I'm here just to help support Brian and his mission. I appreciate that God gave the plan and God's given the land, and so I'm just hoping to help find the people to help connect with them. And then, yeah, we will definitely work with Thomas's group and get people there to do the same thing. And hopefully, here in even Missouri, we'll find some people that need to do or want to do the same thing. So,
Missouri, you're right. I was just in Sexton last week.
oh, well, I'm on the other side of Missouri and Kansas City, so
Oh, okay.
it's a ways from where you're at, but I'm sure as we keep mentioning, every state has veterans that need help and need to be connected, and just need to know that there are people there that are willing to listen, willing to help, and some of us can actually lend a shoulder. Maybe some of us can lend a hammer to help, but sometimes it's just a listening ear. And so I'm at least trying to be here to help support you. So
You're
thank you.
doing great, Debbie. You're doing great.
Thanks. Thanks, Sue.
And one more thing. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for all you do. She's one of my favorite ladies. She does all the things. I see her a lot. And she's always, her heart is in the right place. She's always here to help. And I appreciate that so much. So thank you, Debbie, for all you do.
Thank you.
And Brian, I think one thing we need to make sure to mention is I think there's a little event coming up in July. Do you want to just hit on that briefly and get that word out again?
Hopestock. Yeah.
Hopestock?
Our annual weekend where we gather all the veterans we've helped, all of our supporters, all of our ministry partners. We bring everybody together. We worship our Lord God on Friday night. Actually, Brad Hansen has confirmed to be the guest speaker that night. Praise be to God on that one. Saturday, we all day fun for family and things. Music, inspirational messaging. Just a great day. Food, the whole nine. From Big Records and Tim and Brandy, I think we're up to 8 bands coming.
Oh, this is awesome.
Okay.
So it's just a random weekend in July, or do you have a
July 26, 27, 28? Is that right?
No, 24.
25, 26,
Oh,
27.
25, 26, 27. There you go. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, the anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act is always on the 26th of July, so that's right smack dab in the middle there.
Yeah, look, that's Hope Stock. That's our annual have fun time. Okay. But before that, we have our annual fundraiser, Fill the Can.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
When does that run?
Memorial Day to the 4th of July. That's our annual Fill the Can. That's our annual fundraiser. That's the big push every year. That's what supports this mission. Well, no, it doesn't. That lets us do special things. It's the $22 a month people give that support the ongoing mission. It's that monthly donation.
Which is super easy to set up. ProjectDieHard.org. There's a donate tab at the top. If you go to that donate tab, it is super simple to fill it out and make that happen. So if you need help, if it's confusing at all, give me a little reach out. Susan at ProjectDieHard.org. I can help you out with that.
Yeah, folks, again, I don't know what you give. My accountant and my treasurer get the name and the amount. But I will tell you this, folks. I know what goes out every month because I sign the checks. My accountant and me sign the checks. And there's a reason for it. It's called being a good steward. There have been times in the past years that I have not signed the check. I said, no, we're not doing that. Who authorized that? No, we're not doing that. Yeah, this isn't a place to go and say, oh, forgiveness, especially when it comes to money. I'm just saying we're back up to 86. We lost one. 86 more people at $22 a month covers the current operating expenses.
So reach out, share. We're on. If you aren't already following or part of the group with Project Die Hard on Facebook, that's a great place to start. Go there, follow. You'll see all the things that get posted. There's a lot there, and so it makes it easy to share. How many of you are on Facebook? You know how to hit that little share button. It's super easy. So do that, please. Send out that word so that your people that have not yet heard about Project Die Hard can find out about it. We do not want to be the best kept secret. We need it to be a household thing that, oh, what's Project Die Hard? Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. That's where we're going. How fast can we get there?
That's the key.
And
that other organization, brother, you were talking about earlier, my son is a wounded warrior. My wife called them. All I know is that in 10 years, I don't want to hear their name.
I hear you. I called him myself when all the stuff was going on with me. And I was told I'm not missing a limb.
Yep.
They're not interested.
Yep. Okay. Well, on that note, brothers and sisters, do not give up. We are here fighting for you, but you gotta fight with us. Don't give up. Reach out. Check your vet. Remember, a text is good. Phone call is better.
Hug is best.
Face to face is the best.
Don't let us be the only ones putting rounds down range. Get out there and find them.
If you're in the Paducah area, Wednesday morning, 0700 at the IHOP. Come and break bread with heroes. Brothers and sisters, come get a free meal. Okay? To that veteran here in Paducah that I had that discussion with. Brother, I'm glad you can afford to buy your own meal. But I'm giving you a free one. Come and break bread with your brothers and sisters. And throw what you would pay into the donation bucket. See? Look. That's how it works.
Offset somebody else.
Don't think you're not worthy of our time or effort. You are. Okay, just come fellowship. That's what the whole thing of this fellowship breakfast is.
Mm-hmm.
You come meet fellow veterans in your area. You support one another. You tell one another about the programs you heard about the past month. See? Many hands make light work. Okay. But on that, don't give up. Pray, share, volunteer, patron. Okay, Sue, take it away. You tell somebody else. I did mine.
So we always wrap up with a message of hope. I'm going to give everybody a chance to give their one last thought. Kurt, I'll pass it to you next.
All right, folks, we're talking about connection tonight. And, the thought that comes to me at the moment is, your victory could be fuel for the victory of another. I just celebrate being able to do this work with Brian here and to know Brian's story and to be able to, learn from the journeys of veterans, with Chaplain Dave and, Thomas here and, just, the chance to, take what's happening, to you and to take that struggle and to stick with it, to be, be there and stick with it, to say what's happening right now to ourselves or to you, that'll be a story you can tell to uplift another person, that exactly how you got through it will be the lifesaver for another. I'm talking to this Jim out of Atlanta, Georgia, and he's very passionate about the veterans community and helping with his broadcast talents and his position, with the Chamber of Commerce and stuff like that. And he has a passion to bring veterans out to sites and at the same time to have youth of our country come out, because he's teamed up with someone who is fighting to save the lives of teenagers. So how about that? The veteran community working with the teen and children's community, and we just all team up and save lives together. And it could be fueled by your struggle. It's a little bit about how life works. I hear so many stories about how the troubles and tribulations, we out in the fires and the hurricanes, and when people survive these, they have insights that then becomes what they can give. So please stay with us and give a call here. My phone number is 262-372-1754. My email address is Kurt, Kurt, at projectdiehard.org. I want to hear from you. Back to you, Sue.
Excellent. Debbie, I'll pass it to you next. Final thoughts. Hope for veterans.
Well, just mentioning or connecting with what Kurt said, everyone's mess becomes their message. And so, my mess in my before life isn't anything like a veteran's mess, I'm sure. However, what I have gone through becomes a story that can be shared and connected with someone, and that connection can lead to another connection. And so being here to support and to hear about these veterans and the needs and the desires and the stories that they share is a great way for me to learn and to help spread the word and get their message out. So I'm glad to be here and help out with that. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Debbie. Thomas, thank you for being here tonight. I'm going to give you a last word here on your message for veterans.
Yeah. So my message is if I can do it, you can do it. Don't ever let yourself feel that you're alone, because we're not. We're here together. You're my brother and sister, no matter whether we've met or not. You signed a check that puts your life on the line, no matter what your job was or where you were. And one last little thing is this Saturday, I had a God moment. I saw a movie called The Shack for the first time in my life. Look it up, watch it. It can change your life, because it took me back to when I was at my lowest low, and something that I could have needed to be able to see, to bring me to where I am and where I wanted to be. But now that gives you something to reference, to go back to and be able to look and see how God is always there for you, even if you don't even see it. God bless. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. What a crew tonight. Thank you all so much for all you do for Project Die Hard. We are here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we will be back next week, same time, same place. Let us know what questions you have. Let us know what your role is going to be with us. Join us. It does take a team. And, God hasn't finished writing your story yet. What's next? Thank you so much for being here. Until next time.